Domestic abuse is probably many people in America, not just America, many people in the world have to face on a daily basis. It doesn't matter the couple's sexuality, gender, age, height. Everybody has faced. At some point, people will face it, and I hate to say it. That's the sad truth of our society. But today we're here to fix broken hearts. Duct tape can't fix stupidity, but it can definitely fix a broken heart. The issue with domestic abuse is a very dangerous situation that says hidden in plain sight. Well, let me ask this question: what do you consider domestic abuse, huh? Physical, verbal. Well, it also is emotional, financial, and psychological. But it's something that always goes unreported because not everybody can recognize the signs. By definition, it's the use of intimidation and force by a spouse or intimate partner. According to the Journal of Public Health article featuring should domestic violence be a public crime, domestic violence cases requiring them to be reported by law actually puts the victim at even more risk than we realize. But by not reporting a domestic disturbance, you increase the impact of violence even more by a victim. So it's a double-edged sword either way, sadly. A solution for this outcome is to better educate people on how much more serious a situation like this can be. Firstly, we need to make others know what it is. Okay, that it is to admit that you have a problem, but there is a problem. Because domestic violence often goes silent by both victims and bystanders. The abusers and the victims are extremely affected by the situation as either one or even both can be killed, whether intentional, through self-defense, or even suicidal. This has a ripple effect that can spread to surrounding families such as children, the pets, family friends, even witnesses. Domestic abuse is often come from both men and women to the point where the victim and the abuser are often shunned by others due to the conflict as they'd rather avoid it than be a part of it altogether. Outside the emotional backlash from society, bystanders themselves are often faced with a difficult problem. As the public eye is extremely biased and very judgmental to the point they're even afraid to get involved. They choose not to get involved. And it's because it's our fault. Secondly, the signs are not often seen or heard due to the lack of understanding on how to handle the problem. One solution that can really help end this problem is education, awareness, training people how to know what to look for in the situation. Social awareness often treats abuse as physical injuries or verbal insults, but it's never that black or white or blue. Educating, we need to teach young people and children how to avoid a toxic relationship, whether it be physical, emotional, verbal, wherever the situation is, the relationship is terrible, do not go there. We need to navigate through social pressures. While counseling, education, and awareness are great for noticing the signs, only the abuser or the victim can ultimately make the change to get out of this, to end or get out of this relationship. Thirdly, while we might not be able to eliminate the problem altogether, we can at least have everybody be emotionally and economically adjusted. Victims and abusers are most likely to be part of the abuse relationship previous before their current relationship. But due to lack of counseling or the fact that a different time period, most of them go unheard and don't realize they could avoid the situation altogether. The cycle of violence will always repeat itself unless we put into it. 1 in 3 childhood abuse victims become abusive themselves and are more than likely to get involved in an abusive relationship. Even though not everyone is willing to actually learn or you admit there's a problem, just by letting them know these steps gives them an even greater chance of actually learning to get out of the situation or stop it altogether. Lastly, I have nothing else to say because it's really up to us to end this problem. I mean, I've been in a bad relationship myself. I've been in 2. I've been in a verbally abusive marriage, in a recently, pause it.